So there they are. There's the four components: the problem, the solution, the reason why we should fix it, and the reason why we should fix it now. Number one, he states the problem. And you may be tempted to say, Nehemiah, why are you telling them the problem? They live there in Jerusalem. Obviously, they know that the wall's torn down. Aren't you being a little bit redundant? Cannot they see what you see? And the answer to that question is no, they can't see what Nehemiah sees. They had been living in Jerusalem for who knows how long. They had grown accustomed to the walls being burned down. They had grown accustomed to the gates being burned down by fire. That was just status quo. They weren't as concerned about it. They had grown apathetic. They had been desensitized to their current condition. And so what Nehemiah was is that he was a leader brought up by the Lord to help them see Jerusalem through his eyes instead of their eyes. And that's what great leaders do. The reason that God brings leaders into an organization isn't so that they'll bring new information to the table. The reason that God raises up leaders is so that they'll bring a new urgency to an existing problem. And it's the same with you. If you're a mom or a dad, you may be able to bring urgency to something in your child's life that they just don't feel. Same as you as a boss or maybe an employee. If God's given you a burden, the reason that He's given you that burden isn't so that you'll write some dissertation or give some new information about something. He's giving you that burden so that you'll bring a new sense of urgency and passion to the problem at hand. And that's exactly what Nehemiah did. Here's a problem. I want you to see Jerusalem in the way that I see Jerusalem, in the way that God sees Jerusalem. Then he gives a solution. The solution is very basic. We need to rebuild the wall. And every solution is basically something that meets a felt or a perceived need. And so Nehemiah's putting language around the vision. We need to rebuild the wall. This is the need, and this is what needs to happen. And if this doesn't happen, this is what we stand to lose, and this is what stands to happen. Nehemiah is basically painting a picture for Jerusalem, or for the Israelites, of what a walled Jerusalem looks like. And you got to put yourself in their shoes. Many of these people, they had seen Jerusalem in this condition for their whole life. Many of them had never imagined a city like Jerusalem with walls around it. And so Nehemiah is painting that picture. Here's the solution. And that's what helped him to sign on to the vision.